Dubai International Airport. Dubai, United Arab Emirates.
You know, Julie, we've had a wonderful time in Dubai.
I've got to agree, Stepney. But now it's time for us to go back home.
I have to agree with you, Julie. We better get ready for the departure of the flight.
Julie and Stepney board the plane, which is a Emirates Airbus A380 in the destination Dubai livery. They take their seats on the plane.
I am so excited. I've never flown on a A380 before.
I have to agree with you, Julie. We better get ready for the long journey today.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard Emirates Flight EK5, non-stop service from Dubai to London Heathrow.
Did I hear the captain say something about the flight to London Heathrow?
Get out!
But why did you have to say the crew is unable to let the plane leave the gate?
It would not have been fair for the crew to start the flight. And we will leave the gate after you've fastened your seatbelt.
No, the crew does not need to give an instruction. Tace only wanted to fly on the plane for overhearing the captain.
That may be true, Christian Mansell, but I literally heard the captain welcoming the passengers on the flight to London Heathrow. And for no reason whatsoever, the flight attendant told me to fasten my seatbelt. Is it really necessary for a passenger to be told to fasten their seatbelt?
Seatbelts are a mandatory requirement for a journey on a plane. Give us your passport and put on your seatbelt.
You did not need to tell me to give you my passport. I was looking forward to flying to London Heathrow, but you had to ruin it by telling me to fasten my seatbelt. Can I play the safety video?
No. We can't play the safety video because your seatbelt hasn't been fastened. You need to fasten your seatbelt before we can play the video.
Why the heck did you deny my request? I will have to play the safety video myself over you refusing to play it.
We're now going to explain the emergency procedures on this British Airways.
Why the heck did you interrupt the safety video?
Because your seatbelt hasn't been fastened. The plane will leave the gate after you've fastened it.
Why can't the cabin crew play the safety video without them telling me to fasten my seatbelt? You could have at least let the plane leave the gate without you telling me to fasten it.
That's not true, Tace. A seatbelt's primary purpose is to keep you in your seat during takeoff and landing. Also, you are required to fasten it when the seatbelt sign is illuminated.
I'm not aware of you telling me that, Stepney. And I personally think that the cabin crew are showing bad behavior towards me.
I do not care if you're talking about our behavior. Fasten your seatbelt or we will have to cancel the flight.
What the heck is your problem? I was hoping that you would let me fly to London Heathrow, and you're telling me that you will have to cancel the flight if I don't fasten my seatbelt.
Well, I think you're to blame for not obeying the instructions. And I feel like you're taking them way too far.
I have to agree with you, Stepney. And I think that the cabin crew should have been playing the safety video instead of telling me to fasten my seatbelt. Can you play the safety video?
No. We can't play the safety video until you've fastened your seatbelt. You have to do as you're told or we will have to cancel the flight.
What did you say? You cannot blame me for what happened.
Enough!
I am very sorry, but there was no need for you to be so rude.
Julie, the flight can't leave the gate at the moment. The crew will start the flight after you've told me why you came on the plane.
I'm not telling you why I came on the plane. It will result in consequences for Julie.
Tell me!
Why did you have to insult the cabin crew with your behavior? You will have to tell me why you insulted him.
All right, I will tell you. So I came on the plane after overhearing the captain welcoming the passengers on the flight to London Heathrow. I got into an argument with the flight attendant after he told me to Why the heck did you interrupt me while I was talking?
Because you didn't obey our instructions. And you are to be kicked out of the plane.
You did not need to tell me that I can't fly on the plane. I was supposed to fly to London Heathrow with Emirates, and you told me that I didn't obey your instructions. Can I play the safety video?
No. We can't let you fly on the plane because you didn't obey our instructions. You need to obey our instructions before we can let you fly.
Why the heck are you unable to let me fly? I wanted to fly on Emirates flight EK5 from Dubai to London Heathrow, and you said to me that I didn't obey your instructions. Can you let me fly to London Heathrow?
No! You disgrace of an airline! I'm never flying with you again!
How dare you call our airline a disgrace? You know that you need to fasten your seatbelt when the seatbelt sign is illuminated during takeoff, landing and turbulence. And if you had shown good behavior and obeyed the cabin crew instructions, the flight would have left the gate on time. And you should know very well that if you don't put your seat belt on before takeoff, the plane will have to return to the gate to have you escorted off by the police or security. If you had fastened your seat belt like we told you to, the flight would have begun its journey with the plane leaving the gate and taxiing to the runway. But you did not listen to us and you called our airline a disgrace when we told you that we couldn't let you fly. I've had to call the police on you over your behavior and you are to be kicked out of the plane. And not only are you being kicked out of the plane, but you are also permanently banned from flying on any flight operated by Emirates. On top of that, there will be no safety video for the passengers to pay attention to. And on top of that, we have had to ban you from international travel. And
You are over!
At 15:30 Gulf Standard Time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are very sorry for the delay to our departure, but the flight is now ready for pushback. Make sure that your seat bags and tray... I do not want to talk to you anymore.
What? You can't really have the captain walk out on the crew. You will have to tell me why the flight was delayed.
I said good day!
The plane leaves the gate 1 hour behind schedule. At 15:57 Gulf Standard Time, it taxis to runway 30 right. Air traffic control gives it the all-important instruction.
You are cleared for takeoff, runway 30 right.
Fasten your seatbelt because...
Here we go.
At 1600 Gulf Standard Time, Emirates flight EK5 lifts off into the skies above Dubai. It is the start of the 7-hour journey to London Heathrow, and there are 868 passengers on board the plane. The plane flies over the Persian Gulf on its way to London Heathrow.
Well, Julie, we've left Dubai. We will go there again some other time.
I know, right? Dubai is such a wonderful place. And we've had the time of our lives there.
I have to agree with you, Julie. We better sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
The plane turns left over the Persian Gulf, and continues its climb. But the captain notices something strange with the plane.
Our plane has had its autopilot disconnected. And it is entering a right bank angle.
How the heck is that possible, Captain Thomas Jarno? I don't ever recall something like this happening on an Airbus A380.
But his situation just gets worse.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention is required. A potential emergency has arisen. Put your life jacket on now.
What do you mean put your life jacket on? I've never heard anyone say that.
Yes, I think you're right there, Julie. An emergency has arisen on the plane because the autopilot has abruptly disconnected. And do you know how to wear a life jacket?
Exactly. I know how to put on a life jacket, and it will keep you afloat if you fall into the water. However, I'm not a keen swimmer, so I don't know whether it will save me.
I'm not even surprised, Julie. And why don't you put on a life jacket and see if it will save you?
Alright, I will.
Julie puts on her life jacket.
It is a good thing you are prepared, Julie. And with your life jacket on, you will be able to stay afloat in the water.
Ah, believe me. My life jacket will keep me afloat, no matter what the water throws at me.
I have to agree with you, Julie. We better get ready for an announcement from the crew.
The flight attendant makes an announcement.
Brace for impact!
Oh no. That doesn't look good.
Autopilot!
We're interrupting our...
Enough!
We interrupt your program to bring you breaking news. A major incident has been declared in Dubai after a plane crashed into the Persian Gulf after takeoff. Dubai authorities say that Emirates flight EK5 crashed 3 minutes after takeoff and that there were 868 passengers on board at the time of the crash. Out of the 868 passengers on board the plane, 867 were killed, and one of them, a 12-year-old girl named Julie, survived. We can talk now to our correspondent Matt McGrath, who is live from Dubai International Airport. So, obviously the plane crashed into the Persian Gulf shortly after takeoff. What more can you tell us about the crash?
Well, that is absolutely shocking. I have never seen anything like this in my over 25 years of being a correspondent. The crash has shocked the world of aviation to the core, especially with Emirates and the city of Dubai. It all started when a 12-year-old girl named Julie and her friend Stepney, the Bluebell engine, boarded Emirates flight EK5 from Dubai to London Heathrow. The plane operating the flight was a Emirates Airbus A380 in the destination Dubai livery with the registration A6EEU. The flight was delayed by an hour after a passenger named Tace came on the plane and refused to fasten her seatbelt. The crew kicked her out of the plane and the flight took off an hour and 30 minutes behind schedule. The plane made a left turn over the Persian Gulf, but almost immediately Captain Thomas Ziarno and First Officer Abdul Rahman Mohammed al-Busaidi noticed that the plane was turning right. 3 minutes after takeoff, the plane crashed into the Persian Gulf. It was traveling at a speed of 412 knots, at a right bank angle of 24 degrees, and at a nose-down angle of 24 degrees. 867 passengers on the plane were killed, but Julie survived. She put on a life jacket before the impact, and now she is floating somewhere in the Persian Gulf. We presume that she has gone missing.
I'm sorry, Matt, but I have to stop you there. We have received a statement from a spokesman for Emirates, and it says, Emirates flight EK5 crashed into the Persian Gulf shortly after takeoff. A 12-year-old girl named Julie survived, but she is floating somewhere in the Persian Gulf and has gone missing. We are working with Dubai authorities and the United Arab Emirates Coast Guard to find her. Do we have any word about her condition?
There is no word about Julie's condition. All we know is that she put on a life jacket before the crash and has now gone missing. Whether she will be found is a mystery.
Okay, Matt, thank you. That was our correspondent Matt McGrath from Dubai International Airport on what has been a shocking day for Dubai. So, to recap, a Emirates plane operating as flight EK5 to London Heathrow crashed into the Persian Gulf shortly after takeoff. A 12-year-old girl named Julie survived, but she is floating somewhere in the Persian Gulf and has gone missing. Dubai authorities and the United Arab Emirates Coast Guard are working hard to find her, and we will bring you more information when it becomes available. We now return to your program.
The Persian Gulf.
I can't believe that the plane crashed into the water. I've got to stay afloat for as long as I can.
Julie begins to tread water in the Persian Gulf. Her life jacket, which she inflated after exiting the wreckage of the plane, helps her stay afloat as she treads water in the Gulf. Heathrow Airport, England.
Can I help you, Stepney and Hong Mei?
Yes, I would love to ask you a question. Where is Julie, and what happened to her?
The plane that Julie was flying on crashed into the Persian Gulf shortly after takeoff, and now she is floating in the Persian Gulf. We think that she has gone missing.
That's not what I wanted to hear. We are beginning to worry about Julie, because this is the first time she has gone missing. And how will the Dubai authorities and Coast Guard be able to find her?
I'm afraid it's too dark for the Dubai authorities and Coast Guard to continue searching for Julie. You will have to go to Dubai tomorrow and look for her.
I know, right. We will do whatever it takes to find Julie.
Thank you for telling us, Stepney and Hong Mei. Goodbye.
Luton, England.
Do you know where Julie is, Thomas and Percy?
No, Stepney and Hong Mei, we don't. Can you tell us what happened to Julie?
She was on a plane operated by Emirates to London Heathrow when it crashed into the Persian Gulf shortly after takeoff. She survived the crash, but now she has gone missing.
Oh, Stepney and Hong Mei, that sounds awful. We all feel sorry for Julie, and we hope that she will be found soon.
We have been to Heathrow Airport, and we have told the airline check-in agent about what happened. He has said that the search for Julie has been called off by Dubai authorities and Coast Guard as it's too dark.
Then we will have to go to Dubai and search for Julie. We will do whatever it takes to find her.
I have to agree with you, Thomas and Percy. And is it me and Stepney's very first rescue mission?
Oh, you bet it is, Hong Mei. We will fly to Dubai, where Julie is, and we will begin the search for her.
Come on, everyone. Let's go and find Julie.
Hong Mei, Stepney, and Thomas and Percy fly on a plane to Dubai. The plane leaves London Heathrow at 22:15 British Summer Time, beginning the 7-hour journey to Dubai. At 9 a.m. Gulf Standard Time, the plane lands at Dubai International Airport. The objective for the gang now is to find Julie, but where can she be?
We are in the city of Dubai. It is home to the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world.
So where can we find Julie? Do you know her whereabouts, Percy?
I know where Julie is, Thomas. She is floating in the Persian Gulf at the location of the Palm Jumeirah.
This is really a turning point in our investigation. We better head down to the Jumeirah and see if somebody can help us.
The gang rushes to the location of the Palm Jumeirah. When they get there...
Hello, and welcome to Atlantis the Palm. Can I help you?
Yes, I would love to ask you a question. Where is Julie, and what happened to her?
Let me tell you what happened to Julie. Her plane crashed into the Persian Gulf shortly after takeoff, and she survived. But she is now floating in the water, and Dubai authorities, along with the United Arab Emirates Coast Guard, abandoned the search for her yesterday. It was too dark for them to continue searching for her.
That is not what we wanted to hear, Mr. Hotel Receptionist. We have been worrying about Julie ever since she went missing in the crash.
Don't give up hope, Percy. We will find Julie in no time.
Julie is floating at the end of the Palm Jumeirah. Why don't you go there and see if you can find her?
That sounds like a good idea, Mr. Hotel Receptionist. We will definitely need a boat to get there, though.
Thank you for the help, Mr. Hotel Receptionist. We will go and find Julie right now.
In the Persian Gulf.
My life jacket is losing air. I've got to top it up.
Julie reaches for the inflation tube on her life jacket. She huffs, she puffs, and she blows. Until her life jacket is fully inflated.
Ah, that is so much better. I can now float more easily. And I've got to hope someone finds me.
Julie continues to tread water in the Persian Gulf. Her life jacket helps her stay afloat as she does so. Outside Atlantis, the Palm.
So now we know why the plane that Julie was on crashed. It is the same cause as Flash Airlines Flight 604 in 2004.
How is that even possible, Stepney? You never told us that after the plane crashed.
I know, Thomas, but I was on the plane with Julie at the time of the crash. And I can tell because we could hear the passengers screaming before the crash.
We still can't get over the fact that Julie survived, Stepney. This is Flash Airlines Flight 604 in 2004 and Yemenia Flight 626 in 2009, all over again.
Help! Where the heck is that sound coming from?
It is coming from somebody floating in the water. And it sounds like they're in distress.
I think the sound is coming from Julie. Does it mean that we have found her?
Yes, I think you're right there, Percy. We better get ready and find out what we can do.
The gang rushes to the location of their boat. When they get there,
come on everyone. Let's go and find Julie.
The gang rushes to the location of Julie. It takes 30 minutes for the boat to reach the end of the Palm Jumeirah. But then,
look, Hong Mei, Stepney, and Percy. There is Julie. We have found her.
Yes, I think you're right there, Thomas. Julie had been missing for a long time, but we have found her at last.
Julie swims to the location of the gang's boat. With all her strength, she pulls herself out of the water. She is safe, but shaken.
What happened, Julie? And are you okay?
That was a frightening ordeal. But yes, I'm okay.
We have been worried about you, Julie. And tell everyone what happened.
All right. I will tell you what happened to me. I was on a flight to London Heathrow, but shortly after takeoff, The plane crashed into the Persian Gulf, and everyone on board was killed. Luckily, I survived the crash, as I had put on a life jacket before the impact. I was left treading water in the Persian Gulf, and my life jacket kept me afloat the entire time. The authorities and the Coast Guard began searching for me, but they had to abandon it at nightfall because it was too dark for them to continue. It wasn't until Hong Mei, Stepney, and Thomas and Percy heard me call for help and set off in their boat, that they found me. I am now safe, but shaken.
Oh no, Julie, that ordeal was frightening for you. We're just glad that we found you.
I have to agree with you, Thomas. Julie went through a frightening ordeal, but we're so happy that we found her.
Ah, that is wonderful to hear. And thank you Hong Mei, Stepney, and Thomas and Percy for finding me.
You're welcome, Julie. We're going to take you back home and you can reflect on what happened.
I am so excited to be coming back home. I couldn't have done it without Hong Mei, Stepney, and Thomas and Percy.
What are we waiting for, everyone? Let's go.
At 3 p.m. Gulf Standard Time, a plane carrying Julie, Hong Mei, Stepney, and Thomas and Percy leaves Dubai International Airport. At 1900 British Summer Time, the plane lands at London Heathrow. Hong Mei, Stepney, and Thomas and Percy are relieved that Julie's ordeal has come to an end. A taxi takes the gang from London Heathrow to Julie's home in Luton. When they get there,
it's good to be home. And thank you everyone for finding me.
It has been a pleasure, Julie. And let us reflect on your frightening ordeal with you.
My ordeal began when the plane I was on crashed into the Persian Gulf shortly after takeoff. I survived the crash, but I was left floating in the water. I was wearing a life jacket, and it kept me afloat for the whole of my ordeal. My ordeal lasted 24 hours, from the moment the plane crashed to the moment I was found.
And it was all thanks to Stepney, Hong Mei, Thomas and myself. We can't thank you enough for surviving what has been a frightening ordeal for you.
Same here, Percy. And I'm happy to be reunited with Stepney and Hong Mei. I am so glad that they have me as a friend.
I have to agree with you, Julie. We are happy to have us with you.
That is the end of the story. The end.